Good morning children, welcome to maths class. So children, in the last class we have started the lesson Roman numerals. So in Roman numerals we have studied how to write the Roman numerals. So there are 4 basic rules for writing Roman numerals. So in 4 rules we have studied about 3 rules. The first rule is rule of repetition and the second rule is rule of addition. So last class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಎರಡು ರೂಲ್ ಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ. So we know that rule of repetition means addition. Rule of repetition means addition. For example, x. So here I have repeated x 2 times. I have repeated x 2 times. That means we have to add these two numbers. We know that x represents 10 and this x also represents 10. If it is repetition, we have to add these two numbers. So 10 plus 10. 10 plus 10. That gives 20. So it is the symbol of 20. XX. XX is the symbol of 20. And the second rule? Is rule of addition. Rule of addition. For example, xi. This second rule says that if a smaller numeral, here I is the smaller numeral compared to x. X stands for 10 and I stands for 1. Therefore, 1 is the smaller numeral. When a smaller numeral is written to the right of a larger numeral, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ನ್ಯೂಮರಲ್ ದೊಡ್ಡ ನ್ಯೂಮರಲ್ ನ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಿದ್ರೆ x ಅಂದ್ರೆ 10, I ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1. So ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ I ಚಿಕ್ಕ ನ್ಯೂಮರಲ್ and x is the larger numeral. So a smaller numeral is written to the right side of a larger numeral is always added. It is always added to the larger numeral. It is the second rule. So we know that x stands for 10 and this I stands for 1. Since it is rule of addition, we have to add these two numbers. That is 10 plus 1 is equal to 11. 10 plus 1 is 11. So this is the symbol of 11. X stands for 10 and I stands for 1. Therefore 10 plus 1 is equal to 11. So in the last class we have already studied these two rules. So in today's class let us learn the third rule and the fourth rule. Third rule is rule of subtraction. Rule of subtraction. It is just opposite to rule of addition. The third rule is opposite to the second rule. So here rule of subtraction. Rule of subtraction says that if a smaller numeral is written to the left side of a larger numeral. If a smaller numeral is written to the left side of a larger numeral, it is always subtracted from the larger numeral. I say in Kannada, ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ನ್ಯೂಮರಲ್ ದೊಡ್ಡ ನ್ಯೂಮರಲ್ ನ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಿದೆ. This is left side and it is the right side. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ smaller numeral ಯಾವ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ? Left side ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. Therefore, when a smaller numeral is written to the I minus 1. So the remaining is 9. So write 9. 10 minus 1 is equal to 9. 10 minus 1 is equal to 9. So it is the symbol of 9. The second example, IV. We know that I represents 1 and this V represents 5. V represents 5. So now we have to minus 1 from 5. So minus. So the larger number is 5. Write 5 first. After that put the symbol minus. Then write this 1. So 5 minus 1 is equal to, it is 4. So it is the symbol of 4. Let us take another example. XL. So we know that X stands for 10 and L stands for how much? L stands for 50. 50. L stands for 50. So now we have to minus X from L. We have to minus X from L. Therefore, the large numeral is 50. So write 50 first. After that, put a symbol of minus. Then write the smaller numeral 10. So 50 minus 10. 50 minus 10 is equal to 40. So it is the symbol of 40. Once again I repeat. The third rule is rule of subtraction. So this rule says that if a smaller numeral is written to the left side of a larger numeral, then it is always subtracted from the larger numeral. So here I have taken IX. So here I stands for 1 and X stands for 10. So here we cannot minus 10 from 1. Therefore, we have to take the first larger number. So here the larger number is 10. So from 10 we can minus 1. Therefore, it is 9. 10 minus 1 is equal to 9. The second example, IV. I stands for 1, V stands for 5. So if we minus 1 from 5, we will get 4. And XL, X stands for 10 and L stands for 50. So if we minus 10 from 50, we will get 40. So 40 can be written in Roman numeral as XL. Have you all understood? Okay. The rule is rule of addition and subtraction. Rule of addition and subtraction. The first rule is rule of repetition. Second rule is rule of addition. The third rule is rule of subtraction. And the last one, the fourth rule is rule of addition and subtraction. Rule of addition and subtraction. So here we are operating two operations, that is addition and subtraction in a one example. If we take an example, for example, I take XIX. Example 1 is. So in this example, we are going to operate two operations, that is addition and subtraction. So let us see how to operate these two operations. So we know that X stands for 10 and I stands for 1 and this X stands for 10. 10, 1, 10. So this rule says that, this rule 4 says that when a smaller numeral, here the smaller numeral is I. When a smaller numeral is placed between two large again I repeat. When a smaller numeral is placed between two larger numerals, then it is always subtracted from the larger numeral placed immediately after it. So we know that x stands for 10, I stands for 1, and this x also stands for 10. So let us write x stands for 10. Write 10 first. After that, put a addition symbol plus. Then write a bracket to separate addition and subtraction. So here we know that ix, we have to subtract I from x. That means 10 minus 1. We have to minus 1 from 10. Therefore it is 10 minus 1. So this x stands for 10 and this I stands for 1 and this x stands for 10. So here you can see two operations, addition and subtraction. You can see two different symbols, addition and subtraction. So now write this 10 as it is and write the symbol of addition and we write this bracket also. We know that 10 minus 1 is equal to 9 and close the bracket. It is 10 plus 9. So remove the bracket and write 10 plus 9. Remove this bracket. 10 plus 9, it is how much? It is 19. 10 plus 9 is equal to 19. So it is the symbol of 19. X is the symbol of 19. Let me take another example. Example 2. Example 2. X, I, V. X, I, V. So here x stands for 10 and this x also stands for 10 and I stands for 1 and this V stands for 5. 10, 10, 1, 5. So here we have to use two operations, that is addition and subtraction. So here the smaller numeral is 1. I is the smaller numeral. I is the smaller numeral. Therefore, we have to minus this I from V. That is 5 minus 1. So before that, let us write these two numerals. So x stands for 10 and write the symbol of plus because it is rule of repetition. We have to use the rule of repetition because here we have repeated x 2 times. That means we have to add. Therefore 10 plus 10. 10 plus 10. 10 plus 10. Then put a addition symbol and write a bracket. We know that we have to minus I from V. That is 5 minus 1. Right? 5 minus 1. Close the bracket. If you open the bracket, you have to close the bracket. So that is equal to, we know that, okay. Before adding this, let us write as it is. 10 plus, write as it is. Image are 10 plus 10 plus, so open the bracket. 5 minus 1 is 4 and close the bracket. ಈಗ ಈ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದು ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಂಬರ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೇಗಿದೆಯೋ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಬರೆಯಿರಿ. ಸೊ 10 plus 10 plus remove the bracket, write 4. So now we have to add these three numbers. So 10 plus 10 is 20 and 20 x means 10. This x means 10. 10 plus 10, 20. So IV, we know that IV means 4. That is 20 plus 4 is 24. So 24 can be written like this. Understood? Okay. Okay, let me take another example. X, C, I, X. X, C, I, X. So X stands for 10. C stands for 100. And I stands for 1. And this X stands for 10. 10, 100, 1, 10. So here C means 100, X means 10. So it is the smaller numeral we have written just before the larger numeral. That means we have to minus these two numbers. When a smaller numeral ಇಲ್ಲಿ 100 ಮತ್ತೆ 10 ಎರಡು ನಂಬರ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಎರಡು ನಂಬರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲರ್ numeral ಯಾವುದು 10 and the larger numeral is 100. So when a smaller numeral is written to the left side of a larger numeral, it is always subtracted. It is the rule of 3. It is always subtracted from the larger numeral. Therefore it is 100 minus 10. 100 minus 10. We have to minus 10 from 100. Next, write the symbol of plus. Here we know that I stands for 1 and this X stands for 10. Here also we have to use the rule of subtraction because the smaller numeral is written to the left side of a larger numeral. Therefore we have to minus this 1 from 10. So write 10 minus 1. Close the bracket. 100 minus 10 is equal to how much? 100 minus 10 is 90. Then write the symbol. Remove the brackets. Don't write the brackets. Plus 10 minus 1 is 9. So 90 plus 9 is 99. 90 plus 9 is 99. So 99 can be written like this. So C stands for 100 and X stands for 10. If we minus 10 from 100, we will get 90. And I stands for 1 and X stands for 10. If we minus 1 from 10, we will get 9. Therefore 90 plus 9 is equal to 99. You can see in your textbook. Open the page number 74. Open the page number 74. Here you can see the symbol of 99. X, C, I, X. It is the Roman numeral for 99. So in your textbook you can see the Roman numerals with their Hindu Arabic numerals up to 100. So from 1 you can see till 100. So you have to write these Roman numerals from 1 to 100 in your notebook. Okay, now let us take some example and solve them. So I have written some Roman numerals. So we have to write these Roman numerals using Hindu Arabic numerals. So we have to write these Roman numerals in Hindu Arabic numerals. So we know that L stands for 50 plus X stands for 10 plus this X also stands for 10 and I stands for 1. L stands for 50, X stands for 10, this X also stands for 10 and I stands for 1. So add these numbers. 50 plus 10, 60, 60 plus 10, 70, 70 plus 1, 71. So 71 ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ರೋಮನ್ ನ್ಯೂಮರಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬರೀತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ರೋಮನ್ ನ್ಯೂಮರಲ್ಸ್ ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ತೆಗೀರಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 71 ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ. L X 50 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1. 50 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1. So that means 50 plus 5 is 55. 55 plus 1 is 56. And 56 plus 1 is 57. So it is the symbol of 57. So check in your textbook. Where is 57? Here. L V I I. It is 57. L V I I means 57. Have you all understood? Okay. Okay, children. In this chapter, we have learned about 4 rules. The first rule is rule of repetition. The second rule is rule of addition. Third rule is rule of subtraction. And the fourth rule is rule of addition and subtraction. So in first rule, rule of repetition means addition. And rule of addition means it is also addition. When a smaller numeral is written to the right side of a larger numeral, then it is always added to the larger number. And when it comes to rule of subtraction, when a smaller numeral is written to the left side of a larger numeral, it is always subtracted from the larger numeral. And when it comes to rule of addition and subtraction, here we are going to operate two operations also. That is addition and subtraction. So when a smaller numeral is placed between two larger numerals, then it is always subtracted from the larger numeral placed immediately after it. Have you understood? I hope you all have understood. It is all about the chapter Roman numerals. Okay, children.